Hello everyone, my name is Rahul. In the previous video, we had discussed about the prokaryotic cell, a brief overview. In this video, we are going to start with cell envelope. Cell envelope in prokaryote includes three structures. Firstly, the outermost glycocalyx, then cell wall, and thirdly, the innermost, which is the plasma membrane. Now, they possess certain bacteria possess a layer of amorphous viscid material lying outside the plasma membrane. This layer is known as a glycocalyx. Lying outside the plasma membrane and cell wall, and this layer is known as glycocalyx. Now glycocalyx, it can be of two types. First is known as a capsule. When glycocalyx is very tough and does not wash away easily, and when the glycocalyx, it is arranged loosely, then it is known as a slime layer. So after glycocalyx, we move on to cell wall. The cell wall differs in structure in a gram-positive and a gram-negative bacterium. Now gram staining, it is a method of identifying the bacterium on the basis of their cell wall characteristics. The gram stain contains of a dye known as Lugol's iodine or Christian violet. This Christian violet or gentian violet dye, it is used to stain the cell wall. So the gram-positive cell wall, it is going to retain the stain on washing, whereas gram-negative cell wall, it does not retain the stain on washing. In the first step, both the cell walls, they are going to take up the stain, whereas after washing, gram-positive will still retain its stain, whereas the gram-negative cell wall will not be able to retain its stain and the stain will wash away. Now in a gram-positive cell wall, there is presence of thick layer of peptidoglycan. Peptidoglycan, it is a biomolecule which is present in ample amount in the cell membrane, in the cell wall of gram-positive bacterium, whereas peptidoglycan layer it is very peptidoglycan layer is very small, or rather it is very thin in case of gram negative organisms. The peptidoglycan layer is very thin. This peptidoglycan layer is responsible for retaining the gram stain. So because the layer is very thin in gram negative bacterium, they cannot retain the gram stain very well. After peptidoglycan, there is presence of teichoic acid. In gram positives, whereas teichoic acid absent in gram negative bacterium. In gram negative bacterium, we have two membranes One is the cell membrane, which is the inner cell membrane, and we have a outer membrane. So there is an inner membrane and there is an outer membrane, whereas there is a single cell membrane in case of gram positive bacterium. After cell membrane, there is absence of lipopolysaccharide layer in case of gram positives, whereas lipopolysaccharide or LPS, it is present. Lipopolysaccharide is present in gram negatives. This lipopolysaccharide, it acts as an endotoxin. It acts as an endotoxin and is capable of producing infection and symptoms and signs such as fever, etc. So now after cell wall we have cell membrane. Cell membrane, it is similar to eukaryotes. Therefore, the structure of cell membrane we will discuss in detail when we will discuss the structure of cell membrane in eukaryotes. Although there is one exception, that sterols are not present. Sterols, they are seen in eukaryotes, but they are not seen in plasma membrane or the cell membrane of prokaryotes, except mycoplasma, where the sterols are present in the cell membrane. However, mycoplasma, they do not show the presence of cell wall in their structure of the cell. In the structure of cell envelope, they do not show cell wall. So with this, we finish off with our discussion on the cell envelope. See you in next video.